Welcome to JAcademy. In this video, I'll tell you how to insert a node at the end of the linked list. So here we have got two cases. The first case is that there are no nodes, and the second case is that there are few nodes in the DLL. Okay. So now, suppose we create a new node and with the element as 500 and temp is referencing to this. So if there are no node, how can we insert at the end? Then definitely any node that is inserted will become the first node. Okay. So what we can do is that if we reference the head to the point where temp is pointing to, then this node can be inserted in the linked list. So what we need to do is that we have to just give the address of temp in the location of head. So head was pointing to null, means it is storing the address of 0. Now it is going to store the address what temp was having. Okay. So whenever you have no node, we can write head equal to temp. So that's all. When you give this, then this head will point to the place where the temp is pointing to, and it will have one node. Now let us take a scenario where we have few nodes with a value of 10, 20 and 30, and there are 3 nodes, and you need to insert a node with a value of 500 at the end of this DLL. So what can be done? Okay, so let us think about it. So what can be done is that we can have a reference to the first node, okay, and then we have to move this reference from the first node to the second till we reach to the last node. Okay, so once we reach to the last node, we have to make certain change with the right link of the last node and the left link of the new node. Okay, so let us see what we are going to do. So we are going to make the changes here so you can understand what we want to do and what we have done. So we are going to we'll insert an arrow here, and let us take the reference as temp1. We'll call this as temp1. So what we need to do is that we need to move this temp1 from the first node, that is, it is first points to head, and then we are going to move this temp1 to the last node. Okay, so how can we move this temp from the first node to the last node? Yes, we will check the right link. If the right link contains the value of null, it is going to come out of the loop. Until that, it is going to update the value of temp from the node 1. It will move to node 2, then it will move to node 3. So how it can be done? So let us think and write about this scenario. Okay, so first we will say that head is equal to temp1. Okay, so when we give this, your temp1 will point to the first node where head is pointing to, and then we are going to move this temp to the last node. So what we are going to write? We are going to write while temp1's right link is not equal to null. Okay, so if it is not equal to null, so what to do? Update the value of temp1 so that it goes to the next node. So we will say that temp1 is equal to temp1's right link, and this loop keeps on going till it is false. So what happens? Temp1's right link is not equal to null. Yes, this right link is not equal to null. Yes, it is true. Then temp1, the value of the temp1 is equal to temp1's right link. So it will move to the location where right link is pointing to. So temp1 will be pointing to the second node. Again it will check whether the right link is equal to null. If it is not equal to null, then again it will be updated. So it will move to this location. So now it points to the last node. So here we will see that yes, it is equal to null. The right links is equal to null. So this condition becomes false and it will come out of the loop. Now next we have to do certain things. Now you see what we need to do. We need to change the address of this last node. So instead of null on the right link, you have to give the address where it is pointed by temp. Okay, and also this temp's left link should point to the temp 1. Okay, so these are the two changes you need to do. So first you have to do, you need to give the address from temp 1's right link to temp, and also, so I'm going to mark this as blue, which indicates that we need to do that thing. And also we need to give the address to the temp's left link, which will be pointing to temp 1. So these two changes if you do, you can see that we will insert the last node. We will insert the node at the end of the DLL. So these two will no longer be null, okay, because this is going to have the address of the last node, and the last node will have the address of the last -1 node. Okay, so that is how. So we are going to write that as, once it reaches the end, temp 1, we are going to write temp 1 once. This will be the right link. Okay, so right link will be updated with the address of temp. Okay, so this blue line is formed. Okay, it is having the address. Now this guy has to have the address, so that is the temp's left link will have the address of temp 1. Okay, so it will have the address of temp 1. Okay, so once it is done, we are done up with our program. So now let us write the code for the first case as well as the second case. Okay, so we are going to name this as insert at end, and we require a pointer variable of the type struct node for temp as well as temp 1. Okay, so we are going to say struct node asterisk temp comma asterisk temp 1. Okay, so next we have to create a new node. So we are writing temp is equal to struct node star malloc and size of struct node. Okay, so a space will be created in the heap memory because you are giving an allocation in the runtime. Now what else we want to do? We want to give the value of 500 here. Okay, so we need to ask the user. So definitely we have to declare that variable. We will say int element, and then you need to ask the user to give the value of that element. So printf enter the value. Okay, and then you take the value from the user, %g ampersand element. So once that is done, next you can insert the value of 500 in the data section and make your left link and the right link as null. So how you can do? You can use the reference called temp So temps data equal to element, temps right link equal to null, and temps left link equal to null. So once that is done, now we need to go for the first case. We have to check that if the head is equal to null, then we have to say that the head will point to the place where temp is pointing to. So we are going to go for that one. So we'll say that if head equals null, it means that there are no node, so head is going to point to temp and will get one of the nodes. Else what we need to do, else we should have, we already declared temp1. We'll say that temp1 will point to head, temp1 will point to where head is pointing to, and then we need to move the temp, right, temp1 to the last node. So we will write while, okay, so already it is written, right? I'm going to copy paste from here, and till here I'm going to copy. Okay, so there's some problem in copying here. So I am going to write while temp1 right link not equal to null. So we need to keep updating the temp1 till it reaches the last node. So we'll say that temp1 is equal to temp1's right link. So once it's done, so temp1 reaches the last node, we have to make these two changes. So we are going to write temp1's right link is equal to temp, and temp's left link is equal to temp1. So with that's done, we are over with this inserting the node at the end of the linked list. Okay guys, do like, subscribe and share my video, and let us meet in the next video. Bye bye.
Subscribe to my channel, like, comment and share this video.